Hey farm friends, my name's Georgia from Grow My Goodness here in the beautiful Bay of Plenty, New Zealand, and today we're talking sunflowers. Let's go! Sunflowers are really easy to grow, they're hugely popular, and you can get some amazing varieties now. And this is our first season growing sunflowers, and I'm going to show you guys how we've done it. So we've started our sunflower seeds in trays. We did them in a 120, and they only take about 2 weeks to get to this stage here. And these are ready to go out into the field. You can direct sow the sunflowers, but we find it really easy to germinate them in the cell tray, and there's a few benefits here to transplanting our sunflowers, including getting really accurate planting out in the field. We can select the best plants to go out, the ones that are the strongest and come up nice and tall. With the transplant, you do get an increased yield per bed. So for the 2 weeks that the sunflowers are here in the tray, in the glass house, that gives you an extra 2 weeks of growing time for another crop in the bed. And we can start them really early in the season. So it's the 8th of December now, so we're into summer now. But we did start some much earlier and they're starting to bloom. So let's go and check out the sunflowers in the field. The reason why we've got our sunflowers at a couple of different stages here is because we're doing what's called a succession planting, so that we have sunflowers that are ready now, some that are ready soon, and we've even got some more that we can plant up, and so we can have sunflowers right through until the end of autumn. When we planted these sunflowers, we did them in 3 rows. We wanted to do it quite compact. That gives you a smaller sunflower, which is more ideal for florists, but we've actually got some really big sunflowers too, and I think we've got a really nice variety. When planting the sunflowers, we knew they needed to be in a position of full sun. They need to get at least 6 to 8 hours of sun every day. We did water them after we first planted them, but then we didn't really need to water them again. They're very hardy plants, and we have had a bit of rain over the spring and they've done really well. Something that we didn't really plan for is how many beds of sunflowers we were going to have. Initially we thought we'd only have 2, so then we planted our tomatoes, but we've ended up with another bed of sunflowers here. It is shading our tomatoes a bit, but they seem to be going okay. But that's definitely something that we would probably plan a bit better in the future, is having our sunflowers in the right place so they're not going to shade any of our other crops. We started off with 4 different varieties of sunflower. We got the Pro Cut White, Pro Cut Plum, the Joker, and the Autumn Beauty Blend. We were really surprised when we saw this one open because it wasn't on the picture for the Autumn Beauty Blend, but it is just stunning. Tomorrow morning we're going to be taking these sunflowers to the Floral Hub Tauranga Flower Markets. These markets have both florists and the public attend. So we're kind of going to take our flowers at a couple of different stages here. This flower here, where the petals are starting to show their colour, they're still closed but just starting to lift. This is the ideal stage to cut for our florists. That's going to give it the longest vase life. In a couple of days it will be here, and then in another day or so it will fully open to here. We'll also be cutting the flowers that are open because these are ideal for the public who want to take them home and display them in their homes right away. Sunflowers can grow really tall, so when we're cutting them, the length we want to think about is just as long as you want. You can cut them really long, The limiting factor for us is going to be what we can fit in the car. So we're going to be cutting ours to about 90 centimeters, which is as long as we can possibly fit. We want to give the florists the option to cut it to the length that they want and to be able to use them in taller arrangements. When we're cutting the sunflower, we cut it on an angle. This is to create a larger surface area on the stem to absorb water. Also, with the pointy tip at the end of the stem, it's not going to sit flat on the bottom of the bucket and prevent it from absorbing water. Good morning. It's 5:30 and this morning we are off to the Floral Hub Tauranga flower markets. Last night my mum and my sister went and cut a lot of our flowers, and we've got 3 buckets of sunflowers to take this morning. They process them, and it's our first time taking sunflowers to this market. I've only been twice before, and I'm really excited because I just know people are going to love these sunflowers. I think that we've got some really unique colours and textures here, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what people think of them. So the florists have just come and gone this morning. We did sell a few things, some dahlias, some of the lavender, some hydrangeas, but we didn't sell any of our sunflowers. So we got a few compliments that they were looking really nice, but maybe we'll see how we go with the public. They're arriving in about 10 minutes. We sold 4 sunflowers. So it's 8:40 and that is the end of the market. We're all packed up back into the car. It was good. It was definitely quiet, and speaking to some of the other growers, they noticed that it was possibly one of the quieter markets. But for our third market, it was actually the best we've ever done. So I think we made about $55. I'll do the maths and confirm at the end of the video how much we did make. The second time we went to the market, we went down to Mount Maunganui and we just went out for coffee and we saw a florist shop. So of course we popped in to have a look, and we were wearing our Floral Hub t-shirts, and the florist approached us and said she wasn't able to come down to the market, but she was really interested in supporting local growers. Would anybody deliver to her? And we said, oh well, we'll take your card and we'll see. And so we passed it on to the organizer of the market here, and this morning we thought, oh, let's just send her a message. So I took some photos of what we had and I emailed her and said, would you like us to make a delivery this morning? And she emailed back and she wanted several things. So we're going to take our flowers down and pop in and see her and see if we can sell a few more of our flowers this morning to one of the local florists. So we're back from the Floral Hub, which is the wholesale flower market here in Tauranga, and we're attending this market. It's only our third time going, and we're really just exploring our options to now sell some of the things that we have grown. So we ended up making $56 at the market and a further $22 by delivering to that local florist. So it was our first proper sale today, and I think it went really well, but we're not finished yet. The other thing I have to show you guys is just over here. I've just bought my very first super cheap pop-up gazebo and a trestle table, because tomorrow we are going to head down to the local farmers market. It's really informal, super casual. It's just $5 and you just show up. And at this market, we also have the opportunity to put together some bunches and arrangements of flowers. So that's going to give us the opportunity to bring our prices up from that wholesale point to something a little bit more profitable. So I'm going to be dropping a bonus video this week on that market. So I've got some work to do here. I'm gonna have a go at doing up some bouquets and putting up my gazebo, but I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so you can follow my journey. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.